These are the cliche things that I am doing in 2026 so that I can feel healthier, happier, and hotter, because the truth is I'm so much better when I'm all of those things. And these are all things that you can do too so that you can be healthier, hotter, and happier. You can thank me later. Let's get into the episode.
You're listening to PowerFemme Radio. This is a podcast where ladies come together and try to share their opinions and empower each other to be better women in society.
Did he just say try? You're listening to PowerFemme, where women don't try, we do. We're recording and we're live. It's the first podcast episode of 2026, y'all. Hey guys, I'm so glad to be back here with you on the podcast. It feels so good. I've just been very much behind the scenes doing some things that really light me up and excite me. And if I know one thing about you, you're here because you've got a little something that lights you up that you're probably pursuing too. Maybe you're here for a little bit of inspiration. Maybe you're here for a little bit of insight. No matter what it is, I know that this podcast episode is going to be so good for you today. Today, I am talking about the cliche things that I am doing in 2026. Now, listen, I am a proud member of the New Year, New Me Club. Okay, we all know those people. We all know the ones who join the gym and who start the diet and do the thing. And I just want to say, if you are also in that club and you're feeling a little bit of shame for wanting to be in that club, there's no reason for you to feel sorry for that at all. And if your friends or your family or anybody around you is like, oh, here she goes again, she's trying that new thing again, I just want to tell you that that is not something that you need to apologize for. If anything, you should be fucking proud of yourself. So I don't want to even skip a beat. I'm so glad that you're here, and let's dive into all of the cliche things that I'm doing in 2026 to make this my best freaking year. My number one priority this year is my health, and not in the kind of obsessive way, but more, I would say, in a holistic way. It turns out that if you feel good, your life gets good. So for me, that looks like doing 10,000 steps a day. It might not look like going to the gym every single day, but maybe it does look like me lifting weights. But at a bare minimum, this looks like 10,000 steps a day. This looks like me trying to track my macros, doing my very best, eating intuitively, eating things that I know are really good for me, starting my day with high protein and not starting my day with sugar in a coffee cup that is going to literally spike my sugar levels. Absolutely not, even though that really was the thing that I was doing towards the end of last year. I have to admit, I think we can all fall into that habit of waking up early, having the coffee, and going to your phone and scrolling on social media. I can't be the only one who has fallen into that trap. And it's really something that I am trying to avoid now. And so I have really set myself up for success by making sure that I have high protein meals in my refrigerator ready for me to eat, because I just noticed that my energy is so much better when I start with a high protein meal and a little mindfulness practice, a morning routine, if you will. I can't believe I'm about to say this, but I'm signing up to join a run club. I know, I'm shocked too. I don't understand people who sign up to run. That's actually psychotic to me. I wonder if they were to do a test on serial killers, if they would be people who are yeah, I enjoy running. I don't know. I think you have to be absolutely psychotic. So if you're a runner, can you please send me your tips, your tricks to help me get excited about joining a run club? I decided to join a run club because I feel like I just perform better when I'm around people. Maybe I'll be hanging out at the back, but somebody will be at the back with me. I feel like when there's that level of accountability to show up, you're just going to perform so much better. The second cliche thing that I am doing to make this my healthiest, hottest, and happiest year is I am letting my joy guide my work. Listen, I run my own business. businesses. As a business owner, I get super excited about like shiny objects and my goals and, hitting records, which I did all of those things last year. I launched season 4 of my podcast. I had a record-breaking day in terms of sales with my business. I went viral on TikTok. Like I had a lot of great things happen. I worked with some incredible women. But the truth is like now I know that if I'm not lit up by something, it's an absolute no for me. And, for me, what I discovered is that it looks a lot like doing more creative writing. That was something I really discovered about myself last year. I started working on a script. I'm currently on my 8th rewrite. I've just fallen in love with writing again. So I'm bringing back PowerFemme Social. I'm also bringing back this podcast. While I'm definitely adding lots onto my plate, I think I'm letting go of the things that don't bring me joy. And of course, you guys, there's always going to be days in your business and in your life when you're going to have to eat the frog, right? I don't know why they say eat the frog, but do the hard thing, right? And so I just hope that this serves as a permission slip to you if you're listening to this and you hate what you're doing right now and it's literally sucking the life out of you. I do just want you to know that there is a way for you to discover your joy, discover your passion, reinvent yourself, find your creativity, and find a way to pursue that also supports you so you can make money doing what you love. Your life is what you make it, and it's entirely up to you to decide what brings you joy, and it's up to you to pursue it. Cliche thing number 3 that I think just may be the most valuable thing that I'm going to do this year to be healthier, happier, and hotter is I am minding my business. Okay, this is literally my mantra, and I was just telling my best friend about this, and she's like, that's a really good resolution for you, is to like mind your business. And I'm like, wait, what? But let me just tell you what I mean by I'm minding my business this year. I realized that a huge part of protecting my peace is actually letting other people live their own lives. So I didn't know this, and maybe you knew this, and maybe this says something about my self-awareness, but I care a lot about like literally anything, okay? Someone could tell me about their weekend plans and say how they're gonna do it, and I will insert myself and be like, you should absolutely not do it like this. Like, here's a better way. And I realized that like, that just takes so much time and energy away from whatever I'm focusing on or whatever's bringing me joy. Peace comes at a price tag. And for me, protecting my peace is just letting other people live their lives. Like, I'm okay. It's okay to let somebody else live their life, make their decisions, handle their drama, handle their things. And I was actually talking to my client Megan about this in a session, I think just the other week. And as women, we're people pleasers. We want to help everyone, and people will reach out to us and they'll ask to meet for a coffee, or they'll, ask you to help them move something. And you're just like, yeah, for sure, I can do that. Or like people want to stay with you and you're like, yeah, for sure, no problem. And the thing is it's not up to you to solve other people's problems. It's not up to you to make other people happy. That's entirely somebody else's job, because guess what? It is their life. It is their business. And this is like more of an energy protector and conserver than it is anything else. It's more of a mantra that I'm following. And so I decided in 2026, I'm putting my flag in the sand, and I'm minding my business. Just to give you like a few examples of things and like bullets I've dodged since deciding to mind my own business. I've gotten texts from people such as like somebody literally sent me a text the other day being like, hey, do you have a truck? And an example of minding my own business was like, I just didn't respond because like, yes, I have an SUV, but I don't want to know what is about to come out after I say yes. Like if I'm like, oh yeah, I have an SUV, I already know you're going to ask me to borrow my car or for me to move something or help you. And like respectfully, I'm minding my business. Like I need that attention on me, and maybe I need my car, and like I don't need to be inconvenienced in any kind of way. Other like examples, actually, let me pull it up because I texted my client Megan. I was like, dude, here's some examples of how I'm literally minding my own business, because she was like, I'm gonna take that and mind my own business too. Okay, so here are some examples of text messages I have dodged since minding my own business. They are as follows. 1, do you have an SUV? Okay, we all know what was coming after that. Yeah, I have an SUV, but like I literally didn't even text the person back because no, you can't borrow my car. What? Number 2, hey, I'm in a bit of an emergency. Can you help me ... Respectfully, no. Like respectfully, somebody else's emergency is not your emergency. I did end up finding out what the emergency was, and it was not an emergency. So that was a beautiful example of minding my own business. I'm sure I saved myself not only just hours, but days of my own focus, my own energy. Number 3, hey, do you have 15 minutes for a quick catch up? Happy New Year. They also texted me twice, so I know that they needed something. This person always texts me around this time of year because they want me to do something to promote their business. It's like around their launch, and it's so random and so out of the blue. And in the past, I'd be like, yeah, sure, let's get on the phone. I would take time out of my day to listen to them and see if there was a way that I could help them. And look, I'm all about being a helpful person, but the answer is no. So I just didn't respond to it. And then number 4, oh my God, hi, I know it's been forever. Are you around to grab a coffee? No, I'm not. But I didn't even say no, I'm not, because I'm busy minding my own business. I'm too busy to get back to it. There were 3 follow-up texts, and it honestly was from somebody who I have zero interest in meeting up with. Which 3 follow-up texts, that's bold. Oh, so this is an amazing one. This is number 4. And by the way, these are in no particular order, but I have been doing all of these things. And maybe you're listening to me and you're already like, wait, there's no way I can do all these things. Pick the thing that resonates the most and run with it. Like, take what works for you, leave what doesn't. Okay. So this has been huge for my husband and I, but we have been decluttering. It is amazing how much stuff you collect over time from other people. Like, God bless my mother. Oh my God. I have one of those moms, and like, I am so thankful for this because I know she loves me. But I have one of those moms where like when I go visit her, I'm not leaving empty handed. I'm leaving with food from her fridge. Whether it's new food or like old food. She's trying to literally give it to me. I'm like, what, Mom? Like, thank you for the salmon, but like, no, I'm not going to take your used cream cheese. Like, I'm not a garbage disposal. But also like, not only that, she'll be giving me like pillow covers and blankets. And I'm like, okay, thank you. I love you. And like, maybe I'll take these, but then she's giving me like clothes that she's not wearing. And I'm like, I love you. No, like I'm not taking on these things. And you would be so amazed at how much stuff you accumulate over time, whether it's a gift that someone gave you that you're never going to use. Maybe it's just like little things laying around the house that came in a package or that came as like a piece of furniture. And it's like those screws that you're holding on to that are in a little baggie somewhere. It's extra cords. It's things that are like out of place. When I was in Paris over New Year's, I looked at my husband and I said, babe, when we get home, we're doing a full declutter, like a full purge of things. If you don't love it, use it, or need it, we're going to lose it and get rid of it. And it was really more of like a feng shui thing, but I knew deep down there are things that you want to accomplish this year, and you have no idea just how much your space is bogging you down. Like, if you have a space that you feel like you're constantly having to clean, chances are you have some deeper clutter and things beneath the surface that really need to go. And so when we came home from Paris, I dropped off 13, I am not even kidding you, 13 garbage bags full of clothes, gifts I didn't want, things that were given to me, things I've collected in a very short period of time. Like, I'm a chronic get rid of things person, and my husband loves to hold on to things that he's had for like 10 plus years. And so I just really want to encourage you, if you really want to go far and you really want to go fast, you got to let go of things that are bogging you down. And it might not even be the people, although decluttering for me, I think it really does pertain to so many other areas in your life. It can be the accounts you're following on Instagram. It can be the people you're following who are dragging you down and who have low energy. It could be things in your closet. It could be your refrigerator. I'm talking all of it. The way I literally pulled everything out of my closet. There was nothing in my closet. I wiped down the dust that was that was literally in my closet and took everything out. And I literally had ChatGPT give me tips on how to feng shui my closet with his and hers stuff. Literally ChatGPT was like, his stuff on the left, her stuff on the right. Like, okay, great. And it literally like helped me organize my closet. I am that person. I literally took a picture of my closet with all my personal belongings in it and uploaded it to ChatGPT and was like, help me organize this. But now we have these systems in place where like literally we know where everything goes. And something one of my other clients just says, put it away, not down. And now that we have decluttered everything, everything has a home. And so when you wake up, you're not thinking about, by the way, this is a big one. You're not thinking about the dishes in the sink. Hello, feng shui says never leave dishes in the sink. It'll affect your finances like crazy. Never leave dishes in the sink at night. You always want to wake up to a clean home. But the point of all of this is that you can wake up and you can focus on what really matters in your personal life, in your professional life, and you can move the needle forward on your goals in 2026. So declutter, okay? Your home is where your creativity and your family is going to thrive. And so, like I said, if you don't love it, need it, or use it, it's got to go. Hey, let's pause this episode really quick because I have to tell you something. I'm launching a new business and girl, I am feeling all of the feelings. I'm excited. I am nervous. I am freaking out. I like literally have ideas that are keeping me up at night. I'm feeling the full emotional roller coaster and I can't tell you what it is yet because I do think that there's something to be said about protecting your ideas before you share them with the world. But what I can do is I can bring you along for the ride. Say what, Heidi? Listen, every single day I am learning something new in this process. I'm getting uncomfortable. I'm figuring out what works, what doesn't, what boosts sales, what marketing techniques I should be using, how to speak to my ideal customer, how to actually build the thing. And I decided that these lessons are just way too good not to share. And that is exactly why I created PowerFemme Social. PowerFemme Social is a weekly newsletter where you get the insights and the inspiration and the real talk behind the scenes of building a business. Sometimes this might look like an idea that I had while I'm driving in my car and I'm like, oh my God, this is a really good idea for the PowerFemmes. Like I just need to share this little message of inspiration. But other times it's real life lessons that I'm learning in the process of building my business. And let me just tell you that I wish I had something that was like this available to me when I first started my very first business. You're gonna get to learn from my mistakes without losing your mind. I'm talking about things like how to show up online without feeling forced or fake, what I'm doing right now that's actually working to bring in sales, plus the mindset shifts that keep me from spiraling when things get hard, because let's be honest, they do. Whether you're building your own thing or trying to grow something that you've already started, PowerFemme Social is where you're gonna get real unfiltered lessons. So if you want a behind the scenes look at the messy middle and the real lessons that I'm learning to make this thing work, head to the link in my show notes, or you can message me the word social on Instagram and I'll send you the link to sign up. Let's build our businesses together. I can't wait to see you inside of PowerFemme Social. Okay, let's get back to the episode. This is so cliche, but I love it so much. You may have seen, if you guys follow me on social media, that Josh and I got a big ass calendar. We love the big ass calendar. I have used the big ass calendar in previous years and it's been a complete game changer with how I think about my time. Literally, like it takes up an entire wall in my kitchen and you can see your entire year from a very high level view. And for me, having this big ass calendar on the wall and seeing my entire year ahead, knowing when my trips are, knowing when people are coming to town, knowing what my misogi is. A misogi is like a big life goal that you pursue. And then there's something called Kevin's rules with the big ass calendar. I think you're supposed to have 6 Kevin's rules and 1 misogi on your big ass calendar. Your Kevin's rules are supposed to be something that like you wouldn't normally do. So, you know, I'm launching a new business that I'm very excited about. That is my misogi for this year. But like we have our Kevin's rules on there and I already know about different adventures that we're going to be going on. And for me, it really feels like the whole planning and focusing and forecasting my year, it just feels like I'm really creating a year of abundance and excitement and adventure and success, as opposed to reacting to other people's plans, or, you know, people coming into town, or just like forgetting literally like the plans that I made for myself, because my mind really is kind of like that. So I highly recommend the big ass calendar. It's also quite the conversation piece when people come over. Everybody wants to add their birthday to your calendar. But it is a nice reminder, like even just having that calendar and looking and putting, even when other people are coming to town. I've already noticed that like so many people have planned trips to come and stay in LA and want to stay with me. And I'm like, okay, there are more of other people's plans and birthdays on my calendar than even my own. And so like I'm already able to stop that and really prioritize what I want to create with my husband this year in our personal lives and also in my professional life. I don't even know what number we're on, but this is a huge, huge intention of mine. And I think that you can definitely use this for yourself too this year, is let's get into a habit of acting on good ideas quickly. So no more letting your good ideas be wasted in a conversation with your friend. What do I mean by this? Do you ever just get so excited about something and you're like, oh my God, I'm going to launch this thing. I'm going to start that podcast. I'm going to write my book. I'm going to start this business. And you talk about it, but you don't actually do anything. So I want to invite you this year to be someone who really catches yourself. Notice when you feel inspired, and instead of wasting your energy and the life force that surrounds your idea, because hello, your ideas, at a certain stage, they need to be protected. They can't be just shared with everyone. You have to give life to your ideas. And the only way that you can do that is to move forward with it by taking actual action on it. So I don't know who needs to hear this, but you don't need validation from anybody else about your ideas, and you don't need to wait until you feel ready. I want to challenge you all, because this is something that I'm doing myself as I launch my new business and run this podcast and work with some of my favorite clients one-on-one and be a wife and do all the things. Like, I totally understand what it means to have a full calendar, have a full schedule, wait to feel ready, wait to feel inspired. I totally understand. However, you will never know what you are capable of or what something could become unless you take action on it. And so I just want you, however that looks for you, I want you to literally like have this mantra tattooed in your mind, which is I act on my good ideas quickly. So something that maybe is not so surprising to you if you hear this, but is definitely something I'm doing in 2026, is I am so ready and interested in letting AI do the heavy lifting. Okay. You know, I really realized how much I love writing last year. I really realized how much I love producing. There are so many things that I love to do creatively, but I also noticed the temptation to use AI to do some of those things for me because they take up a lot of time. And I just think that I'm more interested in letting AI do the things that I'm not so good at, whether that be like back-end setup or getting organized in Notion or setting up a landing page or a website, or automating things. Like that will save me time. And I'm more interested in being intentional with how I use AI so that I can have more time to do the things I love, not the other way around. I don't want to automate my art. I want to automate the things that I'm not necessarily good at, that aren't in my zone of genius, so that I can focus more on being the creative, multi-passionate entrepreneur that I am. This episode is sponsored by Glossy, aka my favorite drinkable skincare ritual. Glossy is packed with collagen, hyaluronic acid, ceramides, and vitamin C to help smooth your skin, support your gut, boost hydration, and keep your glow game strong. It's not like other hydration powders that are basically salt and sugar in disguise. Glossy has probiotics, and it's literally skincare you can drink. No pills, no complicated routines, just glowing skin on the go. So you can spend less time stressing and more time showing up and chasing chasing your dreams. I drink Glow-C every morning before workouts, after flights, on long shoot days. It's a non-negotiable part of my PowerFemme routine. And because consistency is everything, I subscribe, so it's always stocked and always supporting my glow. Go to getglowc.com/PowerFemme and use code PowerFemme to get 15% off your first month subscription. Ready to finally have glowing skin? Subscribe to Glow-C and show up as your most confident self. That's code PowerFemme for 15% off your first month. One more time for the girls in the back, use code PowerFemme at checkout. Glow-C is a daily beauty supplement and is not intended to diagnose, treat, or cure any conditions. What number is this? Let's find out, because we have so many things we're doing in 2026. This is the year of the fire horse, and so I am super lit up by this and excited, and I feel like there's just this fiery energy behind me. Okay, so number 8, what I'm doing, the 8th thing that I'm doing to be hotter, healthier, and happier is I am gonna manifest more. I think sometimes we forget that we literally create our reality with our thoughts, with our words, with our feelings. Like, we are literally vibrational human beings. And what I realized just the other day when I was driving down PCH, I was leaving Orange County. I'm like literally looking at the ocean on my left and I'm looking at the mountains on my right. And I realized I'm driving to my beautiful home in Los Angeles where my husband and my dog are, and my podcast studio in my home. And like, I'm having all these creative ideas and it's a good time for me to take action on them. And I was like, oh my God, I once dreamed of this being my reality. Like, there was a time where this was not my life, and there was a time where this is literally what I journaled about, and I manifested this. And so it doesn't stop here. You know what I mean? Like, there is absolutely a way for you to take the life that you envision for yourself and completely transform your reality. I am living proof of that. And there is no shortage of love or abundance from God or the universe or whatever you believe. Like, there is absolutely no shortage from the Creator. And so I know that manifestation works. And so 2026 for me and for you is really about turning up the dial a couple of notches, because this is where like life gets really fucking good, and there is no shortage to how hot, healthy, or happy you can be. It's totally okay to ask God for more, especially if you already have manifested all the things that you've ever wanted. This one goes without saying, but I am really committed to building a business that serves my life. Recently, I had this realization with myself, which is that I have a brain that operates different from most people. So sometimes it looks like me working on this shiny object over here, and then other times it looks like me working on this shiny object over here. And to the average person, this might not make sense. Like, some people may ask you, like, what do you do? And you're like, yeah, I create content and I post on social media. Or they're like, what do you do? And you're like, yeah, I'm an actor and I submit auditions, or I'm a writer and I'm writing a script, or I'm a podcast host and I have a podcast. And like, for whatever fucking reason, they scratch their head and it doesn't make sense to them. And I just want to tell you that that's never something that you need to apologize for. It's something you should be fucking proud of, because the way I see this is like, your brain works differently than average people, and you're not here to build a business that serves somebody else's life. You're here to work in a way that serves you. And I think that really working with yourself and knowing how to approach your life and knowing the life that you want to build for yourself will help you really identify the type of business that you need to create. And so I just want to like share that little permission slip and let you know, like, okay, maybe you're looking at the stars. And I actually did have this realization once again while I was in the car driving home from Orange County, which was that, like, maybe to you or maybe to somebody else looking in on your life, it looks like you're like pointing to that star, and you're pursuing those things. But what if you're like literally forming a constellation that they just can't see yet. Like that's the way that I see it. And so I've given myself permission to really operate in a way that serves me, that lights me up, that does prioritize my joy. And then also like with that, only working with fuck yes clients. That's been a really big one for me. I am only working with people that literally bring me so much joy. And that really ensures that my creativity isn't held hostage, or I'm tied to a calendar or a to-do list with something that doesn't bring me joy. And again, that goes back to one of the things that I'm doing to be hotter, healthier, and happier this year, which is doing work that brings me joy. This is the last one, and this podcast episode ended up being a lot longer than I thought it would, but I hope you guys have liked this so far. So this last one is super cliche. We've all heard somebody say this, but do it for your future self. This is a mantra that I want you to really like hold for yourself. Do it for your future self. Listen, inconveniently, I don't love getting up at 5 a.m. every day. Inconveniently, I don't love going to Barry's for a hot workout. Inconveniently, I don't love working out with the dumbbells that I already have in my home gym. And like inconveniently, I just don't love eating my vegetables or doing something that I know is good for me. But waking up at 5 a.m., working out, eating healthy, wearing my freaking Invisalign every day, okay? These are things that I'm doing for my future self. So in the moment when you catch yourself being like, I don't want to do that, remember that you're not doing it for you right now. You're doing this for your future self. Your future self will thank you. Okay, you guys, so those are all of the things that I'm doing to be hotter, healthier, and happier in 2026. And, maybe you're somebody who needs to take the time to really focus on yourself. You are worth the break. You are worth going into hiding. And like, this sounds cliche, but like, do it. Like, go into hiding, make people wonder where the hell you are, and just work on yourself so you can be your best and put your best face forward this year. You guys, I know that 2026 is going to bring incredible, life-changing, amazing opportunities. No matter what comes our way, there will be hard days. There will be moments where you don't feel like doing it. There will be moments where you're like, what the actual fuck am I doing with my life? But I promise you, this is going to be a good year. And if you do these things and prioritize your own health, your own happiness, you will be so glad that you did by the end of the year. I love you guys. Thank you so much for listening to the PowerFemme podcast. And if you loved this episode, please give it a share with your friend, your sister, your mother, whoever, and tag me on Instagram. I'm so glad you guys are here, and I will see you in the next episode. Bye. This episode is sponsored by Dolce Do, my favorite luxury skincare line and the secret behind my glow up. I've been using Dolce Do religiously for over a year and the results are undeniable. My friends constantly ask what I've done to my skin because it has been a full transformation. If you struggle with dryness or early signs of aging like I did, then this is your sign. I am obsessed with the Dolce Blue makeup remover. It melts literally everything off and it leaves your skin feeling baby soft. The glass skin pads give you an instant smooth, dewy glow. And the Be Still Peptide Serum is literally Botox in a bottle. Dolce Do is your answer to glass skin, deep hydration, and firm, radiant glow. No needles, no injections, just skincare that actually works. It's skincare that feels like self-love and it delivers. PowerFemme listeners get 15% off your entire order with code PowerFemme at checkout. Go to dolcedo.com and use code PowerFemme and treat your skin the way it deserves to be treated. Code PowerFemme gets you 15% off of your full Dolce Do order.